He's doing all this because the nigga need money. Because like I said, he didn't, he turned his head when he was getting paid by Puff back then because he would have filed police reports, right? Now, since he's so goddamn dumb and be talking so much, I take pride in promoting this next interview that he did on the Art of Dialogue about Christopher Williams. I encourage y'all to check it out. Tell him Choke No Joke sent you in the comments, right? Now, like I've been telling y'all, your man ain't doing what he doing to Puff because Puff did something to him. He's doing that because of money, getting paid from YouTube, doing interviews, right? He's doing that for that reason. Or he would have reported these things back in the day, right? Now check this out. In this Christopher Williams interview, and I can't wait to see how he gonna spin this on y'all, right? Now, all this will go out to the women, and this go out to all the fellas that got a sister or a daughter or a wife or woman that they love, right? Gene Squill, he up there squealing on himself again, this time, right? Doing his, on the Art of Dialogue, being Gene the snitching machine, right? He tells the story. The dude asks him about his Christopher Williams story. So his Christopher Williams story is that Heavy D was having a party in New York on 44th Street somewhere, right? Jessica, I believe Rosenblum was one of the promoters, right? So, hold on, let me take a few steps away from this dude. So he goes, right? He's working security at this time for Heavy D, for the club, for the Heavy D party, right? So he said he worked in the door. Now remember, this is Mr. Law official, who where he talking about he's mandated that if he sees something, that he's supposed to say something, right? Y'all remember that, right? He said that, right? And we're in agreement to that. Him being a probation officer, he took the oath that if he was to see something, he's supposed to report it, right? This is where I'm gonna show you how foolish-ish this dude is, right? And you can clearly see that these interviews are for money, not for truth and justice of the American way. It's for that goddamn president with that big face on it, going in that pocket, right? Now check it. He says him and one of the security dudes, they leave the club to go to Russell Simmons' office to get 2 credit cards for somebody, for Russell to pay for the drinks at the club or pay for the sections or whatever. And he told the people at the front, don't let nobody in until we get back. Now, if y'all believe that, I don't even know if y'all ever know anybody that own the club or you work the club or been a promoter at the club, but for security to tell you, we're leaving the front of the club to go somewhere else to another location to go pick up a credit card. Don't let nobody in until we come back. It's so unrealistic. You got to be a fool to believe that, right? The club stops because 2 of the security guys are going to make a run So nobody is supposed to let nobody in. If you believe that, you never worked at a club, uh, frequent a club, or know a club owner that is stopping the door for the two of the security dudes. I don't care if they was running to the corner to get a soda. They is not stopping the door for these two niggas, right? That's just one. But if you want to believe that, and we're going to say we believe that, right? So when he said they come back, somebody tells them, yo, it's a dude in there fighting with his girl. And he like, yo, what you mean? We told y'all don't let nobody in. But the promoter, Jessica, which is probably Jessica Rosenblum, the guy said, the other security guy said, oh, Jessica came out and said to let those two in. And those two is Holly Berry and Christopher Williams, right? So now, Gene Squill, this is where he started being Gene the snitching machine and started snitching on himself, all right? He says him and the other security dude, they go inside the club, right? To go see what the altercation was. When they go inside, they see Christopher Williams with his hand wrapped around Holly Berry's neck, right? He's choking her, right? Now, let me paint this picture for y'all real quick. He's saying that there are, hold on, let me put my phone down so I can paint this picture for y'all. I know Amanda made it. So it is what he said happened. Right? So he's saying that, which way should I do? All right, this way. All right, check it. He said he coming, him and the security dude. He said, this is a gun right here. This water's a gun, right? He said, Christopher Williams is choking Holly Berry like this with this hand. He got her by the neck like this. And he got the gun in his other hand like this while he's choking her out. Right? So, no sound. Can y'all hear me? There she go. Can y'all hear me? The sound is good. Why is CC talking about no sound? You ruining my show, CC. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right. So, damn, let me set this back up. This girl ruined my damn flow. Hold on, let me get over here. So basically, hold on, I'm gonna get right back to it because I need to finish the demonstration. CCFing up the show, y'all. All right, we here now. All right, now I can finish. All right, so what he says is, so he got, Christopher Williams got the gun here, right? And he choking Halle Berry out here, and he got the gun here, right? So Gene says, he tell the other guy, yo, go around. And I'm gonna go, he's like, yo, you go over there and go around. So Gene said he creeps up behind Christopher Williams, right? And and this hand, he said he grabbed his hand with the gun with both hands. With both his hands, he grabbed his wrist. And he took the gun and he twisted his arm and he wrestled the gun and he took the gun from him back, right? So he took the gun for Christopher Williams. He said he had a 38 special. He opened it up. He emptied the bullets in his hand. He put the bullets in his pocket, and then he put the gun in his other pocket. And they like, yo, what you doing, bro? Yo, bro, what you doing, bro? Yo, what you doing, bro? Said Christopher Williams, man. Said, oh, man, yo, she be having me tripping, man. She be having me bugging, man. I'm saying, bro. Yo, bro. Right? So, let me continue walking. My fellow Americans, what up? Right? So, he say that they talked to Christopher Williams, right? They let Halle Berry go. You know, they left her in the club. They wrestled the gun from him. They took the gun from him. He put the bullets in his pocket. He put the gun in his pocket. They took him outside. Yo, bro, what's wrong, bro? Say he wouldn't say nothing and shit. Yo, she behind me tripping, this, that, and the third. Right? Then what he says is very interesting. What's next? After he calmed down, they letting him go. He asked Gene, yo, you gonna give me my gun back? And Gene says yes, and gave him his gun back. So Gene went back to his post, working the front door. You know what I'm saying? And then he go back in the club, and Christopher Williams is back in the club. And he thought that was funny. Now, to all y'all out there, how many times you think something that could have happened like that with the Kim Porters and the Mises and the people that he was around and stuff, that only because Christopher Williams was famous that it was okay for him to, I don't care if it was Halle Berry or Boo Shaniqua. If he's mandated as law enforcement to say something, you mean to tell me he watched this woman get choked out and this motherfucker had a gun? Took the gun from him, and gave it back and let him go right back in the club with the gun to the same place where the victim is at. And you don't understand how y'all have hate for Gene. It ain't nobody got hate for Gene, partner. Now, say that whoever Christopher Williams wasn't Christopher Williams. It don't matter. Fuck it. It was, let's say if it was Christopher Williams, allegedly, right? What if that nigga went right back in the club and blew her fucking brains out? What if he would have went back in the club and blew her brains out? So he takes the gun away from the dude that's sitting there choking a woman out at gunpoint. That's called assault with a deadly weapon. You retrieve the gun from the man that's choking this woman out. You're supposed to be security. You take the gun from the nigga and give it back and let him go back in the club? Oh, y'all on some bullshit. Now imagine if Christopher Williams was Diddy right now. You know this nigga, he would write a whole book about that whole shit right there. So what you think? He gave him his gun back without the bullets? That's what he gonna say. Yeah, I gave him his gun back, but I kept the bullets. Yeah, right. Why he didn't call the police on him, yo? You got a man assaulting a woman with a gun. Guns in New York is not legal, y'all. Nobody can have a fucking gun in New York unless you a law official or you got some super duper good permit type of shit. But guns ain't legal in New York, especially concealed guns, especially in a club. But y'all be falling for that bullshit. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to Diddy and stuff. Y'all, all that stuff, like this Christopher Williams story that he's telling right now, right? Hey, Kevin. It's goddamn human today, baby. Blah, blah, blah. Cry about it, JB. You cry, ya baby. You come in here, you cry, baby. JB, you cry. Blah, blah, blah. You cry about it, JB. Yeah, ain't no Second Amendment with that Second Amendment. Yeah, you run around New York City talking about Second Amendment. See if your ass gonna be on Rikers Island. Second Amendment do not apply in New York. Maybe you keep a gun in your house, a shotgun or a rifle. But if you think you running, walking around New York with a handgun and a concealed one, talking about Second Amendment, try yourself. Try your luck. So let me give you a different scenario. What if he gave him that gun back and he done went home that night and killed Halle Berry? So y'all don't find nothing wrong with that. That he could get on it on YouTube and laugh about Halle Berry getting choked out at gunpoint, and he giving this nigga the gun back. Okay. Okay. And the niggas laughing. Like, this shit is humorous. Don't worry, you can always replay this back if you late. You ain't even got to wait. Go right now. Grab that little red strip, drag it to the back, and I will be here when you catch up. Imagine the ish the Secret Service sees. Yeah, imagine. I bet you they see 10 times worse. Prostitutes, all kind of stuff. I am pretty black. What up? Sophia, what up? But he didn't take the knife from Kim when she shanked Diddy. It was a corkscrew, according to him. Tasha Tanay, what up? Original Joke, No Jokes is in the building. Yeah. What up, nephew? How mad you gotta be to stab a ninja with a corkscrew? Yo, you know what I'm mad at, man? I'm mad at this goddamn shooting at Drake house. Cause I feel like that ruined the battle, man. How Kendrick supposed to reply now and talk that gangster shit after this nigga done got his house shot up? That's some bullshit, man. Yo, Drake, you ruined the battle, man. It would be gangster though if Kendrick come out with a joint to the Who Shot You beat. Who shot you? These stupid dumbass media people, they will lock him up immediately. He might as well finish Drake off. He was getting ready to finish Drake off. He was getting ready to finish Drake off, man. And this shooting just, what you call it? Gene, right? Gene, wrong deal, cutting the F up. Has been backpedaling, contradicting himself from the get-go. I'm still trying to figure out what is his motive. If Unique couldn't get out of him what his motive is, good luck trying to figure that out. Because if you think it's anything other than money, yeah, exactly, E-Trade Travel. You know what I'm saying? Money is the motive. If you don't think money is the motive, then you got it twisted. This man said, yo, he was security. He seen it, and I promise you, y'all, only because I'm sorry, his new name is Gene Groupie. He got so many names. Gene Groupie, Gene the Snitch, Gene the Snitching Machine. Gene Squill, and now Gene Groupie. If that wasn't Christopher Williams, if he wasn't famous, do y'all think that he would have gave this nigga that gun back? If that was just some regular nigga from the hood choking a chick out with a gun and he retrieved the gun from him, y'all think they would have gave him his gun back and let him go back in the club? That nigga could have blew that lady brains out that night just for him getting snatched up and and getting embarrassed, getting thrown out the club like that. He could have beat her ass later instead of going to jail for choking her out with that gun in his hand. And I'm only saying that because this dude supposed to be law enforcement, right? He's so proud about his pension that he was in law enforcement for 20 some years. But he could get up on this goddamn internet as a law official at that time and watch a woman get choked out with a nigga with a 38 special and that security take the gun and give it back to the nigga and let him go in the club, bro. Y'all gotta be kidding me. Y'all gotta be kidding. But he's out here because doing this because Puff disrespected Miss Jones. He's doing this because Puff set Wolf up. He doing this because Puff set up Biggie. He doing this because Puff didn't give D Ferg the cocaine money, the 40 grand for the cocaine. He doing this because uh, who else? Kim Porter. He doing this for Misa. He doing this for everybody, but what he didn't do to him. Oh, you gonna hear Christopher Williams side of the story. Trust me. He not gonna let that shit fly. And this is what I'm talking about with G, right? What did Christopher Williams do to you that you would tell such a story, or Holly Berry, to embarrass either one of them right now, today, right now? And when you gonna say, "Oh man, that story been out there. It been out there. Somebody been told that story. He just asked me about it." No, nigga, you telling it because y'all niggas getting clicks and views for the fucking Gene Deal gossip. But why, like, you're not thinking about Christopher Williams got kids right now? You're not thinking about Holly Berry got a daughter right now? You're not thinking about if that did happen, that they got past that and they hope to not relive it. Now they got to go around and go in interviews and address what you said, like Puff had to do on Jimmy Kimmel about J Lo and Will Smith and Jada. Like, what did Christopher Williams do to you, brother? Like, what did Christopher Williams do to you, brother? That you just gonna throw him under the bus like that? Talking about he choked the chick at gunpoint. And he gonna say, yo, if I did that, why you didn't call the police? Well, I was a groupie back then. I seen you in New Jack City. You was the pretty nigga. That Nino there, like, I was a fan. That's why I couldn't get Kareem Mark Bark locked up. I couldn't do that. Bigger BX, what up? Where you been at, man? Thought you jumped ship. Yeah, nigga, I be in the bushes. Yo, Bigger BX, where you been at, man? I thought you jumped ship. Shout out Bigger BX. Happy birthday to you, man. Belated birthday, my nigga. Clarence Pug, what up? Taurus season, we in full effect, baby. So that's all I really got to say about that. And I'm going to move on to some more other things. But when y'all get a chance, y'all tell me if I'm crazy. This nigga could go be security, law enforcement, see a nigga choking a woman out with a gun in his hand and stop him and turn around and get a nigga the gun back and let him go right back inside the club because he's famous. And just like he clearly he gave it back because of who he was. Exactly. If that was some dirty little nigga from the projects in Brooklyn somewhere, that nigga would have went to jail. They would have called the police. The girl would have filled out a police report. And that nigga would have got a junior G-man badge. Nita, what up? James, what up? So that now when you look at all these stories now that's being told about Puff, look at the character of the man that's telling you these stories, right? Look at his character. This is a man. Now imagine what he did for Puff when he was getting his checks. A man, and I'm gonna say a man because I'm taking the celebrity out of it, right? Leslie, what up? Good morning to you. I'm taking the celebrity out of it. Amen. Because regardless to what, Christopher Williams is just a man. And if he would have went to jail, behind that, he would have just been a number. He'd have been a regular nigga. He wouldn't have been no celebrity. But you telling me a guy that's law enforcement, right? Who's doing security, his job is to protect people. This is his job at the club, y'all. This is for all y'all women that go at a club. You mean to tell me a nigga choke you out and security come and this nigga got a pistol, he choking you out with a gun to you and shit. You know he got this gun on you. And security come and take him out of there and you feel safe and you look up and this nigga back in the club with the gun? You tell me this nigga was protecting you as law enforcement?